Oscars after party served up hit after hit after Will Smith hit. His other hit was all anyone could talk about.
I wish I had a man to protect me like that.
If anybody insulted my wife, I'd be pretty angry too.
I absolutely don't condone violence of any kind.
It's a lot of emotion. It's probably all welling up in him right now.
I thought Will's performance was amazing, and I'm sorry that he tarnished it with his behavior.
It was a very intense moment and gives a new meaning to the term punchline.
The Oscar winner today following up yesterday's half apology.
I want to apologise to the Academy. I want to apologise to all my fellow nominees.
With the real deal on social media.
My behaviour at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. A joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. I would like to publicly apologise to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong.
Will's Best Actor Oscar could be on the line, with the Academy announcing an investigation into the outburst.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth!
The board likely to discuss the issue at its next meeting, where it will review what was arguably the
greatest night in the history of television.
And Michael Williams joins us now to chat about it. Michael, will Will Smith's Instagram apology be enough to make this go away?
You know, I think his Instagram apology is something that was a necessity. These days, you certainly do have to put out some sort of apology, and Instagram is one of the methods by which you do that. Certainly, it's not enough to make it go away. This is just more fodder for discussion, and I think there's much more explanation to come, probably in some sort of long-form format with an interviewer of choice. Hopefully, me. I hope I'm the one to get to do that interview, but somebody's going to get a much longer and more detailed explanation of that moment and all that went into it.
Michael, what did you think when you saw the slap in the 24 hours since? Has your opinion changed? I've spoken to a lot of people it's almost like a roller coaster of thoughts and emotions about this incident.
My initial thought was sadness, just tragedy for these two men who had achieved so much in their careers from such a young age. I mean, I've watched these guys as performers, both of them from almost their teen years, and seeing them come to that moment, two men who were friends, very close friends, to come to that moment. It was, to me, tragic for them personally, and feeling a sense of loss as a Black man, that two men who are held in such high esteem by the public in general would bring themselves so low in such a public forum. It was desperately sad for me. That was my feeling.
Michael, opinion about it, though, is quite divided. Why do you think that is?
I think it's divided on this because in the same way that we were divided on almost anything. I've watched people now for the last 24 hours try to use this thing as justification for however they feel on one side of the American cultural wars or another. This is an example of Hollywood gone rampant, or it's an example of this or that. Anything. You pick your position. That's a divisive moment that creates even more fracturing in an already fractured society.
Michael, the Academy says they are investigating. Is it likely Will could lose his award?
When we say likely, I would say that it's not likely, but I do think that he faces possible suspension from the Academy, which means that he would not be eligible for future awards or obviously attendance at future award ceremonies. These things are certainly possible, even if it's just for a year. It's going to be a thing. And I think that the court of public opinion will weigh in heavily as well. It's not just going to be the Academy governors or the Academy members or the Hollywood community. It's going to be the community at large that has a great deal of influence on how this thing bears out. Will he lose his Oscar? No. Will he lose the esteem of a large section of the public? Yes. I think that's already happened. That's the biggest price to pay.
Michael, it's always good to get your thoughts. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Great to see you guys.